This is going to be a course overview, general routing of Sunset Bay. This is currently my biggest project as a level, and it's going to be I have some good setups to make it good, but it's going to be a little bit slower than the last one.
3, 2, 1.
From the start here, you want to line up right with the absolute left edge of that yellow buoy there. And as you do that, when you get pushed out by the wave, it actually changes your angle. The wave pushes your craft over and changes its angle so that it makes the corner easier. If you have that set up, then 107 shouldn't really be that difficult on this course. From here, I'm gonna have to reset.
3, 2, 1.
So I go right, line that up, it moves me, and then I look to the sign in the background. And now that the sign has some space in between it and the red buoy, I'm gonna make pretty much like a 50% input right, or left rather. This whole course is one big left turn of varying different degrees. So I'm gonna make a fairly sharp turn and then try to level it back out to neutral as I go around this first turn.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
If you turn too sharply, you're going to the wall like that.
3, 2, 1.
So, coming out of this turn, I didn't turn quite sharply enough at the very end of the corner. You should try and face the boat like I'm facing now. Instead of coming out of the turn facing the ramp, make sure you're facing the boat.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
So it passes the sign, and then I make the left. I'm facing the boat, and then I make a very slight turn left. That allowed me to keep my speed. I have 122 speed right now. You should have about at least like over 110 speed going around that ramp. This is just a general one, so you're not going to worry about that too much. If you take a left, take it at the thing, and then on the first lap, you're going to want to just go over the waves so that you pull up a little bit, or pull your joystick down a little bit to turn the nose of the craft up a little bit before you hit the first wave. And that'll send you up over the wave, and then you want to just not press anything, and you'll go skidding over the waves. There's ways to optimize this, but at a low level, that's the best way to explain it. If you get to it in a different wave cycle, where the wave is advanced, you won't get that little half wave to go up off of, so you'll need to just not input anything, and then when you get to that wave, that's your craft gets to the wave, then you can turn up a little bit if you find yourself on like a huge wave to start with. Just make sure you don't hold down a little bit if you're going into a big wave like that, because there'll be a little dip underneath of it, and then you will crash into that wave and screw up your wave section.
3, 2, 1.
If I failed to explain it there and you have further questions, leave it to me in the comments. Anything I failed to explain, please leave it to me in the comments, because I'd love to get better at explaining things. So you take a left here, and you try and make the turn not as sharp as I did there, and get around this left buoy. Or the left red buoy. I'm lined up with just outside of the red buoy, and that leaves me about here. Because I'm wide on this corner, I can take it slowly into a sharper corner and come around there.
Nothing special.
Now to show what I mean with the waves, on this cycle, I'm not going to make it to where there's a small wave in the front. There was a big wave instead, and I tried to pull up and it made me soar into the air, and we want to stay out of the air because that loses us speed.
Try to do better than me. Wow.
So, going around that corner, right here, pull in very far and line up with this red buoy and try and get to the right of the, further right than I am right now, so you can just go straight from the red buoy, straight past the red buoy towards the yellow one, and then make a right,
You almost had
and
it.
that's the lap. On the third lap though, so on every other lap,
2, 1.
that's how you should do it. Except for the third lap. Because you're on the third lap,
3, 2, 1.
you don't need to worry about missing a couple buoys at the end. And this is by far the largest thing you can save time on in this course, if you're not very good with it, is this turn right here. If you turn into the corner and out of bounds here, past that yellow buoy without even going near it, and then line up with that sign in the distance there,
Get back in the deep of the pit.
the same sign that we used for the visual cue earlier, going around the first corner. If you line up with that, you'll just go right out of bounds and you'll save, I think it's about 3 seconds initially. It's about 3 seconds just for going out of bounds and then going straight to the finish line rather than making that last 2 turns there. That saves a significant amount of time, so definitely incorporate that in your runs. If I didn't answer any of your questions on this level, let me know down below, and I will see you in the next video.